Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Jason Allen. I'm a real estate planner and realtor in Palm Springs, California. Palm Springs, for those that don't know, is in the Coachella Valley. As is my pattern, I do a market recap. Today is April 10th, Monday, April 10th. Monday mornings, I always have to kind of get my head in gear here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go to some charts. What is interesting today is I rotate each week with a different market that I focus on. Curiously, the charts that I would normally use are not generating. And then I have my fallback. They too are not generating. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive a little bit deeper into a tool that I use typically to just reflect what the market is, whether it's balanced towards a seller or a buyer or somewhere in between. And these are from the good folks over at Chicago Title. Today, I'm focusing on Rancho Mirage. A couple of weeks ago, I decided to take a given market area and use that as my focus. What's curious here is that these present a little bit differently for me. So we're going to walk through them together. First of all, I want to point out that we are still in a slight seller's market. Now, some of that is because prices have been moving down across the board. And in doing so, we still have a lot of buyers in the market. So buyers are picking up and buying those homes that present the best, are in the best locations at the best price, sometimes with multiple offers. For example, I'm going to show a property this morning, and the agent launched it last week, had an open house this weekend, already has an offer. So he's pausing on that offer in an effort for me to show it to my client. He may end up then having two offers in which he can bounce around and the sellers can make a better decision. So with that in mind, I'm going to jump right down to something actually very quickly. When we go to the median list price, this is what I was just speaking to. If we look at November of 22, we're out here in April. You can see where the median, again, median is the number right in the middle. It's not the average. It's half of the properties above that and half of the properties below that number. You'll see here that since May of 22, we've had property value, the median price come down. But look at where it was before we went into the pandemic, way over here. So we've got all this. So for all those people that are saying the market is crashing, the market's crashing, I don't see it. I see us adjusting into a much more balanced market. That's largely because interest rates have gone up. Classic supply and demand. If there are fewer buyers in the marketplace, you're going to have less demand. So prices have to adjust. So just very interesting to me in Rancho Mirage specifically. And for those that don't know, Rancho Mirage is just to the east of Palm Springs. It goes Palm Springs, Cathedral City, and then Rancho Mirage tend to be higher priced homes than on average, I would say, from as compared to Palm Springs. The housing stock isn't quite as old, by and large. So while generalities, it gives you a sense of why perhaps the price is a little bit higher. Newer homes, more affluent, that sort of thing. Anyway, the median prices, and in this graph from the Chicago Title folks, they tend to break it up into four segments consistently. And those segments are kind of based on size of home. So if you look over here where my cursor is, square footage as it's lower, smaller, and then it goes to higher. This may in fact be condos. It is condos. So if we jog back up here for a moment, median price of condos, 587. Median price of new listings is higher at 694. Price per square foot, 332. You can see that this is ticking down a bit. We go to the height over here at 336. Now we're at 322.50 cents. Not in a whole dollars, it's not a whole lot. Price per square foot also has gone down, but we're talking about 336 at the high down to 322.50. Not huge. I'm repeating myself. That was the one I just looked at. Average days on market is going up. Median days on market is going down. Price decreases. This 47% is not a 47% off of the high, but rather in relationship to it. This gets into an area of expertise that I'm not strongest in, but this is not relative to, we're not looking at half of the value. At this point, we're looking at the percentage difference between the high and where we are today. Hopefully that explains it a little bit better. We've seen no price increases. 8% of the properties are being relisted. Now, this is again condos. Inventory is up. Median rent, wow, that's a lot of money. Now, this can be skewed because the way our MLS is set up, they don't differentiate between short-term and long-term rentals. My hunch is that if they're drawing on our MLS only, then this is skewed higher. Again, we're talking about a slight seller's advantage. Let me jump over to houses, single-family dwellings. Again, slight seller's advantage, and that's largely because prices have been ticking down, so demand for those picks up. Median list price, $1 million, 150 roughly. New property coming on, so this is sellers perhaps getting a grip on the fact that they can't come on high and then go lower, because then it's sort of, you're trying to find the bottom, as opposed to coming on at a reasonable lower price, adjusted for the current market, and then letting buyers carry it higher if there's an appetite for the property. Price per square foot, we're at $433.50, and it was $457. So you're talking about, what, $20 off the high. We're not talking about pennies on the dollar here. Average days on market has actually fallen for houses in Rancho Mirage. That may be because as homes in Palm Springs get consumed, so to speak, get purchased, taken off the market, people who want to live here start looking a little bit further out. Again, this price decrease is not off of the high, it's the delta between the two. We've had no price increases per se. 16% of homes are relisted. So if, for example, I list my home for $1 million and it doesn't sell, I let my contract with that agent expire. I may go back to that agent, or I may get another agent. And when I come on, I am relisted. That's what that number is. When we were in the go-go days, just about a year or so ago, a little more than a year ago, you wouldn't see any of those being relisted because every home that went on the market got sold. Inventory, we're at 140. That's not actually very high. 145, 144. So we don't see this flood of new homes coming on. Again, that's very consistent. If I bought my home during the height and I paid low interest for it, or I paid cash, I'm not interested in selling today. Whether I need a bigger house or a smaller house doesn't really matter. I'm going to wait till the economics of the situation improve so that I can then put my house on the market and go to a different housing situation. Median rent, again, I believe this is skewed. I could find that out for next week. And then median list price, we already talked about that. And then again, this chart is breaking, this company, Chicago Title, breaks it down a little bit. So that's what I have today. I'm going to pop over just to see if my normal, no, look at that. It's still a spinning wheel. And this is also taking a long time. I started these quite a while ago, by the way. I have no idea why it's taking this long. If ever you want to talk about real estate and you're within the state of California, I will absolutely be able to find an agent to assist you. If you want to come to the Coachella Valley and buy a home here, I'm happy to assist you. Or if you want to list, I'm your guy. I focus on real estate planning at this point in my career. So essentially that skews more towards the seniors who have been in a home for a long time and trying to figure out the next stage of their housing situation. I and my colleagues work to develop a plan as opposed to an immediate transaction. Some of those plans take a year or two to flesh out. My number is 760-325-1900. Thank you very much for watching this. I always appreciate the attention. That came out wrong. I always appreciate people spending time and watching my videos to get a sense of what I do, how I do it, what my thinking process is. If you know someone that needs to buy, sell, or invest, or create a plan for their real estate, please give them my name or shoot me a message and I'm happy to reach out to them. That's all I've got. Enjoy your week. Have a great day. I'll see you again soon.